Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your Daily Dose. We are back in action into the swing of it, going into May nice and strong. Expect to see some videos, but I thought we'd kick it off with some Dynasty action. The reason being is there's a lot that's happened since I've really delved into it. We did do our power up video for the Warlord account, of course. We managed to max out some of these cool heroes. Um, Kind of just plodding along would be the word that I'm going to use for this one. Plodding along, leveling these guys up slowly but surely. Of course, Lubu is out, so I want to be building Lubu when I get the chance. I will be doing a summoning video when he does recycle back into the limited hero summoning. We're going to talk about the Fabled Heroes, the shift in the nation meta. Then we're also going to be talking a little bit about some of the new stuff that's popped up. For those that are probably already well aware of this, we're going to be doing it together. I think it's always nice to do some stuff together. And then, maybe we'll be doing some spending too on this account. I imagine that's going to happen. Oh, look, there's still people here. That's awesome. I love the fact that there's still people in the guild. I didn't even think we'd still be around. Anyway, enough chit chat. Let's jump into it. We do have the arms race up for those that love a bit of arms race action. Honestly, from any perspective, getting on the leaderboard and snagging some of those free rewards as a free to play is amazing. It is very, very possible to do this for free. It just takes a little bit of resource stacking for those that I don't know anyone's really new to this game. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this game's been out for a couple of years now, 3 or 4 years actually, maybe even 5 years. It's been a while. This was one of the first games we really played on this account. However, I guess the cross server is upgraded now that we have the arcane feathers, which means the wing set's upgraded. I don't know if it's still 2,000 points to get there. I think it might be a little bit less, which would be great for those that are looking to limit their spending. But for most people, you'll be able to snag some gold merits and, of course, some feathers if you're looking to build your wings. Now, I will say though, in the shop, from my perspective, uh, it doesn't look like they've added too much. I don't think. Maybe one extra strategist. I know that they added the next divine weapon, which was the mirror. Not bad in terms of investments. I think everybody though would probably be focusing on trying to finish off some of their tactics at this stage because tactics give the most advantage and power. A lot of people will be doing those ones first. Maybe looking at getting some of the additional arcane beasts if you haven't already got them. Obviously, this account doesn't have the newest ones being the peacock and, of course, the nine-tailed fox. I haven't got those ones yet, so that might be something that I look at doing just because it's probably a little bit cheaper. Outside of that, though, I would say this is the Gen 4, if I'm not mistaken. I think these are the Gen 4s. Yes, he's the Gen 4. Maybe I should just invest in getting that guy maxed out. So there are little things that have popped up, nothing too amazing, I would say. I would be more amazed if they started giving us some cooler stuff in other areas, but I don't think they're going to do that. Did get some transformations. Interestingly enough, okay, so you can buy some mythic transformations. All right, so I guess that's an option there if you have way too many of your gold merits. In terms of normal, I don't think anything has changed here at all from what I can see. We will, of course, buy a couple of the gold merits. I do want to get first or at least get second for this event just to upgrade some of my heroes. Actually, now that I think about it, have I even awakened you? Don't think I have. Have I cultivated you? I haven't even cultivated you. So I would be investing to get this guy cultivated, I imagine. That would be the next logical step for this account, which means, of course, we're going to have to spend. For those that are spending, they have the option to buy out the Zhua Yan sword or Zhao Yun sword. Um, it's interesting because we're already in the Fabled era, and I guess this is just goes hand in hand. Every time these come out, I remember the Sparrow sword was the last mythic iteration, so this is another sword yet again. Pretty stock standard in terms of what it does. It's just used to kill things. I think most people at this stage kind of go through this and go blah 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 blah. It does have some interesting abilities, I imagine, for the price tag. But remember, like anything in this game, eventually you will get this for free. I don't think that it is a great investment unless you are willing to from scratch, though. Let's just be honest, if you're willing to buy this outright, you're probably still going to be spending around the $50 to $70 mark, because even if you had the 50 or so shards, you're still going to need the 25, 25, 10. So you're still short. Kind of means that you're stuck spending around $70. So you're going to need the 50 pack and the $13 pack. So yeah, there is that. Still expensive. I wouldn't say that it would not be worth investing in, particularly if you're not interested in the arms race. That is always a good alternate for those that are looking to whale. I might go ahead and grab one of the larger packs this time. Might just grab this one. Of course, we have vouchers in the bag already. Grab this one just because, like I said, I would like to at least start grabbing some additional resources to upgrade some of my accounts. I don't know why this one allowed me to do it. I think it's because my overall recharge is over 500 on this account. But the Comeback King is always nice to do if you are doing some of the arms race events as well. We'll throw this in. Hopefully this gets us on the board. I'm pretty sure it's going to get us close to the 800 mark. And from there, it really doesn't matter too much. I doubt that many people will be spending on this account just to get up there in the event. So pretty stock standard. I would say that moving into it, there probably is going to be some additional things that they're going to add to the gameplay now. I don't know whether or not that has happened, so let's go and explore it. Roam the world. A lot of this stuff is still like, yeah, a lot of it's just upgraded versions of it. I don't know if they're realistically looking to create additionals. Wow, even more stuff. I swear I already collected all this crap before. Well, free's free, right? I'll have to do it again another time because I could not be bothered pressing that button. I wonder if they've updated the Beast Realm yet. That would be pretty cool. Let's have a look. Beast Hunt. Kieran's still the max one there. So I don't think they have. Where would I have a look? Where would I have a look? Let me have a look. The map. Nope, still stuck at level 45 for the Beast Realm. Interesting. I was expecting them, considering how many mythic damn beasts we have, that they would have added some additionals there. Sadly not. What else could there possibly have been? I do know that they have got some additional story modes. Got Siege back again, of course, campaign. Where is my story mode? Let's go into the instances. Stories, story. I will be trying to unlock and do the videos on this. This one's very annoying, honestly. I went in there to try and find this stuff and I was like, you know what? I just can't be bothered expending any more brain cells for this thing. Probably will have to do it and do some guides, so stay tuned for that. Obviously, unlocking the additional ones is pretty cool. Should definitely be doing that if possible. These event things will probably never unlock. Of course, we've got additional campaign, which means the star level of your main protagonist is probably going to increase a little bit. But outside of that, let's have a look to see what this one is. I'm more intrigued about this. So promotion exam. So we did the first one, which I think we did this by default, just by doing some story modes. What do we got to do? Consume items to be promoted, which is fame books. I'm assuming that we can get fame books for free because I doubt I purchased that. Well, let's go with the promotion. So there we go. Story instance rewards are increased by 10%. Then you get some base stats, position privilege. Okay, history, arena. So this is kind of, I think this is taking over the tower, maybe the tower ability a little bit. Interesting. So next promotion exam for the captain. Start the exam. What do we need to do here? Do 2 side quests. So I can't do that because I've already maxed it out. Damn it. That seems to be like Interesting. Is there any vacant seats? Why is there vacant seats? Can we challenge these guys or not? I don't think it works that way. Who's at the very top? Prince. Okay. Duke, Earls. A couple of people are Marquis, Barons. Interesting. So rankings. Oh, so it's across the server. Interesting. And then have residencies, salaries. Hmm. This doesn't look like a terrible. I guess this doesn't look like a terrible thing to do, right? What could we get? What are these things? Recommendation lists? I guess we could get some free stuff by doing that. That could be fun, right? That could be interesting. The other thing I noticed was this Sparrow Terrace thing. Um, I don't know if you can. I think you're limited to how many of these things you can activate per day. Because I'm pretty sure, like, uh, I'm pretty sure you can only activate a few of them per day, right? So let's just go with Dao. Yeah, go with Dao Chan because she's 4 star. So let's try and activate Dao Chan. And then you get like what, grade 4? Interesting. What's this thing? Yes. Oh, okay. So every level seems to give you some base stat percentages. We all know percentages are better than raw stats. What if I. Okay. Is it gonna let me activate multiple now or not? I don't know if I want to do Marchow. Don't want to do you. Where are they? Looks like it's the entire index. Okay. Okay, maybe it is going to let me activate everything. Was it just buggy before? Probably was. Don't know why it just automatically let me do them all. I'm not complaining. It was a little bit confusing though. We can upgrade this one though, because I'm assuming the higher your star level, the more it allows you to upgrade. And it just gives you base statistics. Some additional. Hey, Zhang He, we can upgrade you too. Oh, we got to grade 5. Nice. All right. Well, geez, we might actually hit 7 trillion. We should do you. We can do you next. Um, companions? Oh, no. I don't really have too many companions. I think I only got one companion at this stage. All right, interesting. So 4% attack, then defense, HP attack kind of keeps increasing. Um, and then autoplay yield talent plus 30 minutes. So I'm assuming this is associated with something else on this page. I wonder if it's, oh look, there's weapons and crap too. Ah, all right, let's get some free stuff. Let's go ahead and upgrade some of these ones. I think we can. It might just automatically default now. Yep. Uh, unless of course it makes us do this every single time, because these ones still don't say active. Uh, I'm look, honestly, at this stage I just press the buttons, right? The vestment should be able to be upgraded. I think Sparrow Sword's couple of levels, so we might be able to do it a few times. Very close, very close. And I definitely wanted to do a couple of these ones, right? What's this one? Where's the like super duper ones? Those were the ones I think I've done. The arcanes. Let's do the yak, and we'll do you. We'll upgrade. Could just be limited each day that you can only upgrade. Yeah, we got to grade 5. Whoop whoop. Don't even know what that does. There we go. So it looks like we get additional layers of this too. Maybe we are going to hit 7 trillion. That'll be pretty cool. Um, so we already did you. We should probably do a couple of mythic beasts then. Uh, if there's any rhyme or reason to it, I'm assuming the arcane slash mythics are the better ones to do. Um, right. Turtle. No. Let's just do you. Pretty sure I have a couple of levels here. Because it doesn't have. This is the other thing that I don't get, right? Because it doesn't show a cost to enhancing it. Does that make sense? Like there's no resource cost here. It's not saying like I'm using anything. So a little confused as to why we can't just unlock all of these, but I assume it might be limited per day. Um, how's all divine, all treasures, grant treasure points? Uh, I do read this stuff, but it doesn't really make any sense. All divine weapons and treasures are included here. Player can activate, existing codex. Activating enhanced codex will increase the level of the treasure. Doesn't say anything about the amount of times you can unlock something though, which is a little bit odd. We'll go with you because why not? We'll go with you. I'm sure that there's ones here that are going to be better than others because, like, these ones are HP. That's HP. That's physical defense. This one seems to be physical defense. You need to own it. Okay, so there are some ones where you need to. It's almost just like It's almost just like an extra index for owning stuff, really. um. Okay, interesting. So we got to that. So +4. We and then last but not least, we have the talismans. Um, what's this one? That's physical defense. That's physical defense. Defense. So all seem to be defense orientated. So it's not like we get to choose some additionals. I don't think. And then can't upgrade those ones just yet. So doesn't seem to be too crazy. The other thing that I noticed was that I guess by activating all of this, you get the pathway here. Our goal is to get to the bronze sparrow, I believe. Is that's the main crux of it. What are these additional ones here? +1% companion mastery, combo resistance, combo mastery, combo companion resistance. So divine weapon resistance, strategist resistance. Okay, so one's offensive and one's defensive. So the top rung is offensive and the bottom rung is defensive. Don't know if you need to get all of them, so let's just test this out. Let's just go offensive. So it's 2k per blessing. Oh, we do get power from this. 2.5k. So we kind of need to do this like every day, I'm imagining. How can I get you? Bronze Sparrow obtain from the so oh right, okay. So it's this one. So you need to do both of them. Oh, interesting. Should we go with strategist or companion mastery? Yeah, honestly, I have more combos than I have companions. Um, I actually you need to do both. My bad. So 14k, it's four and a half thousand to get to the next one. So I'm gonna assume this is 5, and then the last one's gonna be 10 for sure. Ah, okay. So you need to do both of them. You don't have a choice. I guess the choice is which one to start off with. It looks like so we started with about 25, so it's 20 per row. So that means you need 40k of those things. 40k of the yellow stones, I'm assuming. Oh no, this is the blue stone. Okay. All right. So that works out a little bit better for us. So one's for the index for your companions, and the others for all your items slash your beasts and your combos. Okay. Gonna assume that we're gonna be down to close to 20k by the time we finish. Yep. And then how much does this cost? 15k each. Right. Okay. Accumulating blessings. So this is the overview. All right, so it looks like we have to be trying to upgrade this every single day, at least both of these ones. I guess it's going to take at least a good week to, maybe even more than that, to I guess get it. There's the accumulation from the idol. Hmm. Okay, it's doable. It's doable. I'll say this. Then you get your bronze sparrow, and I think after you unlock bronze sparrow, you go into the second mode, which is that little golden one. We are a little bit behind. I'm not going to say we aren't, but enjoyable. It looks interesting. I'll say that, and obviously get the promotion exams. We'll be doing those throughout the rest of the week. Excited to come back a little bit and test some of these things out. Treasure indexes, I guess we can just rank some of these ones up. Maybe we hit 7 trillion today. That'd be cool. What's the backpack? How many of these things have we got? Synthesize that. Yeah, sure. Got a mythic treasure. Don't know what that is, but okay. Um, Couple of mythic treasures? All right. Sure. Can't be bad if it's mythic, right? I don't know. I don't know about that PB, but let's just go with that. Do we enhance these or not? So when I was doing this before, um, Fox was telling me to enhance stuff. I'm not entirely sure which one I'm supposed to be enhancing. Uh, I'm going to assume it's going to be this one because this is the one we started off with, but I could be wrong. All stats +3. I guess we can enhance it. I'm gonna hazard a guess here and say I don't know if we'll be able to revert this one back, but listen, all stats +3. What's the worst can happen? I certainly don't have any arcane items. Otherwise, obviously, I'll be using them on those ones. Then we got max grid, so +3 all stats. So maybe we're supposed to be upgrading these all anyway. I don't want to stuff it up too badly though. So that was interesting. We've got the treasure codex. We've got the formation board, of course. Trying to get all these things sorted out. Can I activate you? I can. Ooh, spiciness. Can I get some more of you from the summit shop? I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure I'm like tapped out on this crap every single day. They really do drag it out. You know what I'm saying? They really do. Also, this one got leveled up as well, so it looks like we've got some additional rewards that we can get from there. We can start getting some of the Scarlet Armaments. Yes, I think we need to keep pushing this tower, if I remember correctly. Anyway, so that got updated a little bit. Is there anything else that I've noticed? Anything else before we delve into looking at the characters? Grab some of this free stuff though. There we go. Got a scorebook. Love that. Don't even know what it does. I'm pretty sure we need to do it anyway. I do need to work on my beasts. I need to grab those extra ones. Actually, I think that's probably what I'll do from the arms race. Is I'll grab those two additional beasties. Yes, I think that'll be the better option than worrying about leveling up my character at this stage. Bronze statue. Ooh, there we go. There we go. We'll actually be close to that one now. Where is he? Bronze statue. We have one, 15k, so we're only lacking you, Mr. Grade 5. So that's why it makes sense. So the higher the grade means the more idle you get every 30 minutes. And then obviously we'll be able to unlock that a little bit earlier or a bit later on in the day. Alright. Now, moving on to the nitty gritty, let's talk a little bit about the newest meta heroes. Going to my hero list, let's go to the index, scroll all the way down. I actually don't even know where in the index this is going to be. We've, of course, got these guys. I mean, you can all read this out yourself. Essentially speaking, I do like the fact that they brought back some of the more OG characters, obviously Unparalleled Lubu. They're all pretty strong. Obviously, they're meant to be pretty strong. I mean, the generality is always going to be there. But I think more interestingly, everybody's more concerned about what the Fabled Heroes are. And I wonder if like I wonder if they're going to make this accessible soon or later. Because I'm going to make the assumption that it's going to be a little while before you can actually quote unquote build these for free. Having been Celebrate Festival last event, I don't think so. We'll start off with Marteng. So again, the first thing you notice is they all have their little niches. So warband value is going to be an interesting thing to take note of. Let's have a look at what his basic skill does. So he attacks 3 in a row, random cross, heaven damage. So heaven magic damage to enemies in a random cross, gains 20 military competence and 5 warband value. Extra damage, star sign not activated. Deals additional magic, basically heaven magic damage to all enemies. Skill power recovery, star sign not activated. Again, it's like there's so much text here. I'm telling you, it's why do it? Why do it, game? When an ally other than yourself takes action, recovers 15 military competence and warband value up to 2 times per turn. Bonus stats: when casting a skill, increases Heaven's evasion to nearby enemies. Sorry, should I say heroes by 20% for 2 rounds. So I guess this is his might ability. Looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. Random cross damage, Raging Sand, cross control. Deals heaven magic damage to enemies in that random cross, inflicting a stack of Raging Stand, and of course you gain warband value. Extra debuffs, inflict an extra stack of Raging Stand on a random column of enemies and get more warband value. Extra damage, so much rubbish here. When attacking an enemy inflicted by Raging Stand, you do additional magic damage to them. That's pretty much it. It could have just started with that and then not worry about the rest of it. The extra damage will be doubled if the target is arcane or below. So basically, you'll it's the same thing for the mythic ones, right? So the mythic ones used to be better against the legendaries. The arcanes are better against the mythics and the legendaries. Now this one is basically anything that's below Fabled is going to get crapped on. Literally crapped on by the additional magic damage. So each time Raging Sand is inflicted on an enemy, reduce the target's heavenly evasion and heavenly damage reduction by 5%. So I'm assuming heaven is the new subclass of damage. Because if we go into it and we have a look at like fists, so this is basically physical damage. If I scroll across to say an arcane, physical damage. If I go all the way over to this guy over here, dark damage, supreme damage, dark damage, general damage. This one does physical lightning damage. So I'm going to make the leap here, the leap of assumptions. PB is probably going to say that now that there's heaven damage, there's going to be things that mitigate heaven status damage type arcs. I know, right? Mouthful and a half. But I'm just going to assume that this heaven's damage is the elite form of the new damage meta. And corresponding debuffs against that or buffs against that will probably be something you will see in the future. So, 3 stacks reduces heaven damage by 20% for 2 rounds. And this is from the Raging Stand. This one is his next one. And that's pretty much the same. This is just a buffed version of it. Obviously, it more damage than the original, 4,200. And this one's, actually, I think this was the buffed one. This is the ultimate, I assume. And this is the Vanguard skill, which is a little bit less. Still does 800% though. Interestingly, deals an additional 800%. So there is that, okay? Ultimately, does he even have a passive? Does he even have a passive? Why do you not have a passive? Am I blind? I want to say he has a passive. I don't think he has a passive. Interesting. So these heroes don't seem to have passives. Main crux of it, more Raging Sand, more damage debuffs, mitigations. I don't think he's that impressive. Maybe, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not that impressive. I did say that they would be shifting the meta across. Obviously, that's their idea of adjusting the game. We have the Wu hero here, Sun Shi. Gotta love old mate Sun Shi. He does heavenly physical damage. Again, heaven, very much important. Take note of it, because the Fabled Heroes are all going to be using heaven type abilities. This is physical damage, unlike the other, which was magic from the Warlord. Random column. This one is doing some wows. Anything column damage is always going to be large percentage numbers. Always remember that column damage is supreme, and occasionally you'll get a single target damage as well, but that one is insanely strong as well. This one is going to be warband value. Again, same sort of thing. Military competence, same sort of thing. This is probably going to predetermine how much damage they do ultimately. Random column normal attack deals heaven physical damage to basically a column of enemies. Pretty stock standard. Increase Heaven's accuracy and Heaven's ignore defense of self and other heroes in the same column by 20%. This could be interesting though, because once you start buffing your companions to receive less heaven damage, that can also mitigate the other ability, which is basically this one down here. Wait a second. Why does this guy not have it? I would have assumed he would have had it. Maybe I'm missing it because of the Great Wall of Text. Non-arcane, non-arcane. I'm looking for non-fabled. Anything below? Maybe he doesn't do a bonus damage. I don't think he does bonus. That's interesting. So this guy doesn't appear to do bonus damage against opponents that are under the fabled level. Interesting. Maybe that's a typo. Maybe they just couldn't fit it in here. When casting a skill deals extra physical damage, and you gain military component. That's pretty powerful. Not lying. When casting a skill does additional physical damage. That's crazy. 4,800% extra damage stats. Deals 13.1k heaven physical damage to a random column. Gains all of these things. 50% chance to inflict heaven blaze. Ooh, I can see why this would be classified as one of the strongest. Heaven Blaze on one random enemy or column. Heaven's Blaze at the start of each round inflicts his attack 200% damage, ignores defense, very important. When it takes effect on hero of arcane or below, HP or shield lost in this way cannot be recovered. Oh. Interesting. So it prevents them from regaining a shield after Heaven's Blaze procs. If they lose it through Heaven's Blaze, that is. Cowardice at the start of each round loses max HP. Oh, so that's a debuff too. Interesting. Random column can be inflicted with cowardice. When it takes effect on hero of arcane or below, HP or shield lost in this way cannot be recovered. That's freaking powerful. that's really powerful. That alone is powerful. I mean, obviously it's columns, so it is randomized. But yeah, he basically debilitates at least two of your enemy team members. I don't think it stacks. It doesn't say anything about stackability because it is a random column. I mean, logic would say you have a chance of doing that to all the enemies, which is pretty OP. So far, I think Sun Shi is winning it in terms of who is the baddest of them all. Let's have a look to see Zhang Fei. I love this old alcoholic. He's one of my favorite. All right, so he does physical damage again, column damage, so it's very similar to Sun Shi. Heavens damage, random colony. Yep. More interested to see what he does. Bonus stats. When casting a skill, increase crit and crit strength. Very much Shu ability. We all know that. Let's have a look at Stand Firm. Ooh, I like the visuals on it. What's his ultimate look like? Same thing. Okay, doesn't really do very much the old visual ultimate, but he does have Pursue. Pursue's kind of cool. When attacked, pursue one random column of enemies dealing additional damage. Once per round though. Could you imagine if you did it on everyone? That would be so broken. Common enemy. When you take the first action each round, Zhang Fei has 60% chance to perform an assist attack. Okay. Dealing again heaven's physical damage to one random column. And then he gets Warband. And I'm assuming Warband is basically a stack of And this is probably something that all Fabled Heroes have in common. I would say the Warband is probably going to be just a stack of um, power up abilities. I'm gonna use that term lightly because it doesn't really talk about what Warband does it? When attacked, pursue one random enemy. Again, this is it. I want to have a look to see what he does against enemies below Arcane. Where does it say? Pursue, assist attack, grant one other heroes the same row for one round. Okay, so assist attack. So he's very positional. He'd probably be like your slot one. He's going to have to be your slot one or your slot two. Pursue, common enemy. Doesn't really talk a little bit about what Warband actually does. That's ironic that it doesn't talk about what that does. Alright, moving on. Let's go back to Wei. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this guy. I'm not sure how I feel about this guy. I'm going to go over to Wei. Let's have a look about this guy. Zhu. Huang Zhu. Three random enemies. Okay, I don't feel as bad now because I feel like they did Warlords dirty. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting that. I'm getting that taste in my mouth that they kind of done the Warlords a little dirty. So they got this guy. He's doing cross section. We all know that warband value, skill value, same jargon, same rubbish. Heaven physical damage through random enemies. Casting a skill gets military competence. Warband value. This is probably just his determining factor of whether or not he does like his rage abilities. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the same interpretation. Instead of rage, he has warband or military competence. I'm gonna assume this anyway. Moving into it, deals an extra 3,000 physical damage to three random enemies. Extra damage, again, bonus stats. Increased heaven evasion, heaven block of all allied enemies. Okay, that's not bad. That's a little bit of a buff. Um, when attacked by an enemy, gain military competence and warband 2 times. So he's really just got to be looking at stacking. And then when we can determine what the hell military competence and warband value actually does, then I assume it's probably going to make this guy look very OP if you can stack it naturally just by sitting there. Deals Heaven's physical damage to three randoms, grants hero in same row Heaven's shield. That's pretty OP. Okay. Equal to 20% of max HP for this guy. Pretty stock standard. Extra damage. No. Base damage or all skills increased by 60%. Okay. Reflects status for one round. Interesting. Right. Reflect status for one round. When casting a skill, get an extra 10 warband. This guy's just going to be stacking warbands, isn't he? Every time he gets hit, every time he does something, he's going to be doing that. And I assume this is his rage ability. I'm going to go with that. Reflect 30% of extra attack damage for heroes. So here he has reflect, evasion, block, I think was the other one. Heaven's block, Heaven's evasion. He reflects damage. He puts a shield on himself and allies, and he stacks. He basically stacks his abilities to keep doing it. Right. Okay, game. Good job. And this is just his other version of it. Impeccable defense. When receiving a debuff, there is a 10% chance to reflect it to the inflictor. This chance is increased by 90% when the debuff is below Fabled. What the hell, game? I'm assuming Vanguard is their passive. It's just not called passive. I'm going to go with that. Debuff Reflect, Star Sign, grants hero. So when these guys get upgraded, then he'll have their Star Sign activated. That's my assumption is. So the same as the upgrade pass of Cultivating. I imagine that would basically once you do that, it unlocks the additional layers of abilities. I think 40% of active attack damage received from enemy heroes reflect. That's crazy. Absolutely bananas. Bananas in pajamas. So Wei and Wu are winning in terms of overall viability moving forward. In saying that, I don't know if Warlord would ever really fall out of the meta because who knows? Who knows at this stage? I think the more that you get of the Fabled Heroes, though, excuse me, you might want to mix and match. You might want to try some split nations. It will be very expensive. We all know that this game can be very expensive. But from my understanding, I'd say Wei's probably winning it. Maybe Wu because Wu looked so nasty from the lineup. Really just depend on what the Gen 3 is. For those that don't know, Gen 3 is kind of when. So Gen 2, Gen 3 are generally the DPS orientated. The game goes through cycles. So the initial one is always they have like a little bit of an all round ability. They'll do some damage, but they do like a little bit of like control. The game kind of wants you to build these ones because they can take over any specific role. And then Gen 2, Gen 3, they take on a very different nature. One will be all out DPS, one will be all out support, one will be a tank. So, depending on kind of who the tank and who the support are going to be for each nation, that's probably what's going to define what you invest in, I should say. Wu and Wei look like they're the strongest at this stage. Shu's a little disappointing, but again, if you can start stacking heroes that have the pursue capability, maybe that'll bring them back in because I still feel like a lot of people love Marchow. I wonder how he's going to fit within all this meta. But I think we'll probably much leave it there. There's not really too much else to talk about, at least not in this video. Come back, join me when I do some additional upgrades on the account. That'll be at the end of the arms race. I'll probably be doing some of these additional bloody grinding rubbish crap stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Then we'll do some of these additional story of time guides. I loathe doing them, but I guess it's just necessary. We'll struggle through this together because this one was a pain in the backside. I'm not entirely sure where the hidden mechanism is for this one. I'm going to have to go through and deep dive. I know that there's got to be a way to get across here, but for some reason, there's none that logically presented itself. So if you want to watch me struggle through that, catch me on the next episode. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification button, jump in the Discord and link below. Fox is always there to answer all the questions relating to Dynasty Origin, Pioneers, and Conquest, if anyone still plays Conquest. Might start playing that again, I don't know. Unless this is Conquest and the other one's Pioneer. I'm pretty sure this is DOP. And of course, for those that are curious, I will be jumping back into a little bit of the Pirate Emperor style videos. Don't think I'll be doing any summons because I'm just waiting for the next legendary hero to come out. But when they do appear, we'll be building that one for sure. But yes, thanks for watching. Until next time.